Ladies and gentlemen, Ron DeSantis is trying to conceal a White House report that actually contradicts everything that he's been saying to the people in Florida. If y'all can down in Florida, try to get a copy of this report because this governor is keeping the entire state in the dark when it comes down to coronavirus, and it's not right. You know, nobody has to entertain his lies. So this came out in the Tampa Bay Times. DeSantis refused to disclose White House coronavirus report that contradicts him. A White House coronavirus task force report about the state of the pandemic in Florida, made public Saturday, urges state leaders to take immediate action to slow the virus spread. Officials should close and severely limit indoor dining, limit capacities at bars, and issue stronger policies around mask wearing, the report states. And this governor has just he's trying his best to make sure no one get to see this report. But I'm sure there's got to be a way to get it. Those are the same public health measures Ron DeSantis has publicly assailed for months as ineffective. While he was making the case for no new business restrictions, DeSantis' office refused to publicize reports from the task force, which recommended a more robust public response. The December 6th report, which was obtained by the Center for Public Integrity, is one in a series of weekly reports which the governor's office has refused to regularly provide news organizations. The Tampa Bay Times began last month to request a report dating back to November 15th. It has not received any reports from the governor's office. Earlier this week, the Orlando Sentinel and South Florida Sun Sentinel sued the governor's office to release the reports. The governor's office had not released any of the weekly reports issued during the month of November, the suit alleged. The White House task force, which consists of top federal health officials and is led by the Vice President Mike Pence, contradicted DeSantis' public messaging in a number of ways in its December 6th report. The Republican governor has ruled out any further business restrictions aimed at curbing the spread of the virus, arguing such measures do not work and harm the economy. But the task force made the case such restrictions to slow down the spread and recommended the state step up its policy response to the virus. Despite the severity of the surge and the threat to the hospital system, many state and local governments are not implementing the same mitigation policies that stem from a tide of the summer surge. That must happen now, the federal report reads. So I guess this man going to do everything he can to keep the lie going. And I worry because a lot of my father's family live in Florida. Now, my uncle, I talk to him all the time. I have two aunts. One aunt, she's hearing impaired. So it's very difficult talking to her on the phone. And I have another aunt, and I periodically talk to her, but she is showing signs of dementia. So my uncle, the reason why I talk to him the most is because right now, he's got his mind intact and he knows everything that's going on down there. So, and then of course I got my cousins that I talk to periodically too. But, I think it's a disgrace, especially Florida, where you got a big, huge population of elderly people that go there to retire. So that being said, and we know elderly people die quicker than anyone else. And so for him to do this, it is just unconscionable that he's doing something like this in his state with all those old people down there. Mm-mm-mm. During Florida's summer surge, DeSantis' administration prohibited drinking at bars, but did not go as far as some states are going now to discourage public gatherings. DeSantis often says that Florida hospitals weren't overwhelmed even during the worst of the summer outbreak, but some facilities faced staffing shortages as admission surged. When asked whether the DeSantis office was refusing to issue the report because they contradicted the state top official, the governor's office did not respond. The task force December 6th report noted that compared to other states, Florida appears to have fewer cases than some of its peer. But that's not the case all over Florida. There were counties within Florida that pushed back on Ron DeSantis because in certain counties, it is bad. It is bad. And it's just like here where I am. There are some counties that's worse than others. Well, that's the same way it is in Florida. So the Sunshine State had the 41st most new cases per 100,000 and just 33rd highest rate of positive cases in the country as of the date of the report. However, the report cautioned the rankings are almost irrelevant as the entire country is surging. Florida reported 11,699 new cases on Friday, the most since the state's summer viral surge. Its positive cases is 8.5%. DeSantis has noted several times in recent weeks that the number of private vaccines are hitting the market starting as soon as next week, providing hope for the country's ultimate recovery from the pandemic. Yeah, y'all keep walking around believing that. But the task force reports cautions that it won't be until late spring and that enough Americans will be vaccinated to substantially lower the risk of the virus spread. Though the winter, when respiratory disease like the coronavirus thrive, a significant behavior change of all Americans will be needed to slow the virus spread, the White House report said. Anyone who gather outside of his or her home for Thanksgiving, they should know they are infected. So if you traveled somewhere, they're saying you need to treat it as if you are infected. People with pre-existing condition, those over 65, have groceries and medications delivered to their house. A mask should be worn at all times in public. Being warned about any gatherings during December holiday, the report reads in bold text. If DeSantis read the report, he is not modeling the behavior recommended. On Friday, he appeared with his family at a high school football game. He tweeted a picture of himself standing beside his wife, Casey, and two of their children in front of a crowd of hundreds of spectators. The vast majority of the people in the photo, including the governor, were maskless. Even his kids are maskless. Wow. Well, y'all, please tell me what you think. Tell your family, if you live in Florida or you got family in Florida like I do, tell them to be careful. Don't listen to this governor. Try to take care of yourself. This governor don't have your best interests at heart. His goal is the economy and money flowing into Florida. and his best efforts are not going to stop coronavirus from surging in the state of Florida. Only problem is he ain't going to tell you if it is happening. Just like now, he's not telling you anything. And that's the reason why he had that woman's house, that scientist's house, raided. He wants complete control over what information goes out to the public. Y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.